Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Tech Tuesday, presented by Delta Media Group, where we find it hard to believe that nobody noticed there was an alien in the front basket of that bicycle long before the bicycle hovered across the moon. So, today we're going to take a look at a new feature we've added to the DeltaNet. The whole idea is that it will simplify the way that you handle AVM door knock requests. So if you haven't heard of the AVM system, let's go and take a look at that first. So we'll go into the DeltaNet here. Now here we are on the standard page, but I'm going to go over to the public website. And the AVM platform, if it is turned on for your company, is something that you can turn on either in like a quick search on your home page, or there's also a landing page for it. So if I click on What's Your Home Worth here, AVM stands for Automated Valuation. I have no idea what M stands for, actually.
Wow.
I'd have to think about it. Anyway, so if I go in here and I put an address in, so I'm just going to make something up. You can see that the autocompleter actually pulls from Google Maps to try and figure it out. Now, a lot of the cases, because it is Google, it will kind of prefer company addresses. So if you're looking for a random property, you are not always going to get lucky. Like, I've got a bush. However, if I had put in the address of an actual property, I'd have gotten a Google Street View image of the property, and then as you scroll down below it, there would be an estimated value down here. And then based on information we know about this property, mainly its location, the system can kind of produce an idea of how many customers are in the system now that might be interested in this property. So that's the value of this page and the idea of this page. Now, the only thing I've done so far is I've gone here and put in an address. I haven't given any contact information. I could sign up for a Market Watch report here. I could sign up for more information about selling my home if I wanted, but I haven't. However, because I've put in an address, that address information has been captured into what we call a door knock opportunity lead. Now, what that means is that all you have is this address, this direct property address, but you have no kind of contact information. So you can send any kind of like physical mailers to that address. So the idea is we needed a system where you would be able to pull up all those AVM door knock requests into a single place so that you could easily produce mailing labels for those, so that you could send out those mailers more easily without going through and kind of picking up all your AVM door knock leads and organizing them ahead of time. So where you will find this tool is here we are in the DeltaNet, now on just the home page, the welcome page that you land on when you first log in. And I'm going to scroll down to Leads and then Tools. And there is a new tool here by the name of AVM Report. So I'm going to click on that. There we go. And it takes me to this form where I can now narrow down the range that I want to look for. The idea behind that is that, let's say you're doing these regularly and you just want to do one like every quarter. You could go in and change these dates so that you're only picking up those that have been created or those new AVM requests that have been created in the last 3 months or so. So I could do that by just clicking on the date, and I just pick my start date, and then I click over here and pick my end date. When I have those dates chosen, I click Update Report, and then it updates my report down here with all the addresses that have been submitted to my AVM system. And you can see if there's customer information to attach to them, those will stick here also. And then it also actually shows the request date so that you can see when this AVM request was made to get an idea of how interested that customer is, how recently they were looking. So that's the first thing you can do here. You can narrow it down by date. Now the next thing you can do is we have an Export CSV button. So if you wanted to take this list of all these AVM leads that have come in and send that off to, say a third-party marketing company, if you wanted to have them create marketing materials for these customers, anything like that, you have the option of doing that. But the idea is it just gets it into a CSV because it's a nice universal spreadsheet format that you can do whatever you want with. So to do that, I would just click on Export CSV, and it would download the CSV for me. And then lastly, we put the label printing functionality right on this page. So from here, normally you would have to go through the group system in the customer center. You'd have to have them all organized into groups. But since this has put all those AVM leads together for you, all you have to do is select your label type. And these are just standard labels, for lack of a better word. So you just select the type of label that you have or that you want to print out. and then you hit print labels. That'll load up a page where you can then just click print and print out all your labels. Now, as long as you have your label printing paper in the printer you're printing on, it'll print them in the correct places, and you'll have all your mailing labels all set up ahead of time. So then you can take whatever mailer you have or whatever information you have and just, put it in the envelope. You'll have all your stickers and just stick all your mailing labels on there, and you're good to go. Now, the next thing you can do here is if you do have a lot of reports on this page, you have the ability to narrow this table down here. So right now I just have the one. It's a test site. What are you going to do? But if I wanted to narrow this down, I could type in the search field here. It will show up to 10 per page by default, and it'll actually create new pages as you have more than 10 in your results set. And you can click up here, and you can, like the other tables in the DeltaNet, you can show more than just 10 per page if you wanted to go up to, even all the way up to 100 per page. You could display those here. Now, the next thing you can do is under Actions, you have the ability to get to this customer's profile page, and it's just a shortcut over to their profile page. And then lastly, we have the Prospect Report button. And if I click on this opens up the interface for me to create one of those reverse prospecting reports, just like I would have the ability to do from this customer's profile page. So it's just a shortcut to build these reports out. And you can see it loads up here. It gives me the option of overriding some of the information we've picked up for that property. So basically, when we did the AVM request and found the valuation, we got back some additional data for this property related to how many bedrooms and bathrooms, things like that. So we filled that stuff in automatically. Now if we go down here, you can see it fills in with a paragraph. You can customize that if you'd like. You can then click email to email the report to someone directly, or I can click on download PDF report. It'll think about it for a minute and then give me this download button. And now I have this reverse prospecting report in a PDF form. So I can see it here in my browser, or if I want to, I can save this and I could send it, have it printed out. It's kind of designed with a postcard sort of size to it, and the idea here is that I could print this out and have it ready for like a listing presentation. Because what I'm seeing here is not just information about the property and evaluation, but I'm seeing a representation of all of the customers that have active accounts in the system. Shouldn't say active, that have accounts in the system with saved searches that basically would return this listing or would potentially return this listing if this listing were put on the market. So it's designed to show you a real-time level of interest in this property should this property actually be listed. So it could be a very powerful tool when you bring this to a listing presentation and you say, these are the buyers that I have waiting for your property that basically will get notified as soon as your property goes up on the market. So there you have it. That is the reverse prospecting report and the new AVM report functionality. So again, that is under leads and tools and then AVM report, and that is where you can get all of your AVM door knock opportunities and market out to those door knock opportunity or door knock request customers more effectively. So, as always, thanks a lot for joining me. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to give us a call or send an email into support@deltagroup.com, and I will see you again next week. Thanks a lot.